This is the famous Pike Place Market in Seattle, and this is me, about to get a salmon thrown at my face, right before almost falling over a kid in a wheelchair. Don't worry, he was smiling. Disaster averted. Now you have questions like, why am I in Seattle? How did I manage to squeeze the likes of Chef Joe Sasto, Grant Crilly, a cook named Matt,
is this Chef Boy ID?
John Kung, Chris Cho.
Yo, this is how you make garlic fried rice. Woo!
And so many more of your favorite creators into one video. And how the hell did I find myself teaching Kenji Lopez Alt something about pasta? And finally, how me and my boy Danielson Williams fed all of them in one video.
Kamian don't taste like no.
And this video was never supposed to happen, but now it's a story about the magic of community and spontaneity, the latter of which I've been historically bad at. And as a result, I probably had the greatest, most fun week of my career. I learned a valuable lesson about myself, and I've been reinvigorated in a way I desperately needed. Now I'm taking a risk with this video. There's a lot going on, and I'm gonna ask a lot of your attention. But after 6 years of hosting this show, I believe you can make it through this video because you've never seen a video like this before. So buckle up, it's gonna be a fun ride. And now that I've hooked you, I need to get you invested. And to do that, we must start at the beginning. Bear with me with the vertical footage for a minute. Now you guys know my friend Matt. Remember the guy who broke my iPad? So not another cookie.
Oh no.
For sake, Matt. God. He invited me along with about 30 other creators with a combined following of about 57 million people to some mysterious creator event he was putting together at the studios of Chef Steps and Breville in Seattle. So all these creators, some of whom I've known, some I'm meeting for the first time, all sort of blindly flew out to Seattle on the back of the credibility of Matt, Chef Steps, and Breville. We were given full access to the Chef Step studio, their gear, Breville appliances. It was a literal food playland. They even had Breville expert baristas literally available the whole time to make us coffee whenever we wanted, and I may never drink coffee the same way again. This is the espresso tonic made by Sarah, and is now the only thing I want to drink.
Got anything you guys want to learn today? Latte art?
Joe, you want to be a barista?
I need suspenders.
Like, look, there's our flow, guys.
Oh, that's the flow.
It's like warmed honey syrup.
We speak spaghetti, so...
Yeah, I like this.
Bigger than cooked spaghetti.
That's a good...
First time here. First time trying our tonic orange.
Was I right? It's in the mustache.
I'm gonna need a moment. I'm gonna need a moment with this.
What's that called?
Espresso tonic.
Thank you so much. So far, this is pretty amazing. Then people started to get to work. Joe started making some pizza dough. What's this technique called?
This is the Rhubarb method.
Oh, okay. Actually, not everybody.
Everybody being busy, then me like in the corner just like going to enjoy.
This is my guy Danielson Williams. And this is Philip Lemoyne. A lot of this footage is Philip's, and I want to thank him for it. Now, I knew Daniel and I would get along. To use his lingo, we've got similar vibrations, similar interests. We love being idiots, we love cracking jokes, we love laughing.
Wow.
And you need to know him because he's gonna play a vital role later in this video. So we're just happy hanging, messing around, not too interested in working at all. But on the other hand, everyone is doing like stuff I've never seen before, and I'm starting to feel that itch. Now, the first weird and wild thing I saw was over at John Kung and Omnivorous Adams station. They were cooking up some gooey duck. I'd never seen it cook before, and although interesting, it's kind of gross. It's alive, it moves, it looks at you, and I guess you could say the thing was making me feel a little inadequate.
Blow me like a...
It's not going out.
This guy's gnarly, but of course Mr. Know-It-All Chef Joe Sasto has worked with one before and jumped in. Now, I bust his balls, but him jumping in was the beginning of my understanding of why we are all here. Maybe it's to learn from one another and to share with each other what we do best.
And just like a scallop or something.
Wait.
What's that technique?
And maintain eye contact.
Oh, Jesus. Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
That is an unbreakable.
It smells really briny. Should I split it like right here?
No, I would split it down the middle.
Right down the middle.
I don't
You
like
kind of either sliced in this way.
It's nice.
Refreshing too. It tastes way better than it looks and smells. They ended up making this gooey duck inari sushi. It was delicious. Then Grant Crilly, the man behind Chef Steps, and the great sous vide machine Jewel, and Janelle Eats were making ice cream, and with it, we got a science lesson. What are we making?
So we've got soft serve here, a nice soft serve base that we just cooked up, and we're chilling it, but we're gonna add some of our ube extract. Whoa. Mix goes in, and then we need liquid nitrogen.
Oh, there.
So see how the little beads just shoot off? Mm-hmm. So that's called Leidenfrost effect, and what it... what's happening is it's evaporating so fast that it's like each little ball is like a hovercraft.
Grant is really brilliant, and it was a real honor to work with him and his staff. They were all the nicest, most helpful people. Then my guy Yakitori guy was trying to blindly teach Noah Sims to butcher a chicken for Yakitori. And more on Yakitori guy later, but my man Noah Sims is a savage and a big, bold, beautiful man who feeds those in need. He's gonna help me make pasta later. This is called character development. That means these guys are all gonna play an important part in this video later. Now I know this is YouTube and you're all like, let's go! But sometimes a story needs time to develop, and this is one of those cases, so maybe let's try something new today. Now the reason for all these vertical shots, why the audio might be a little rough and why I don't have any of my gear, is that quite frankly, before this trip, I was burnt out. Working just felt like too much at the moment. But I wasn't prepared for this explosive energy that we all found ourselves experiencing. None of us had felt a creative energy on this scale before, and that energy started to take hold, and that's when something changed in me. But even if I wanted to work, I didn't know what I was even doing here. And that takes us back to Yakitori guy, who's now outside running tutorials.
You want to get in on this?
Yeah, sure.
Steven
Steven,
and Daniel. Gear between the bone and the skin, and then ultimately you're gonna get something like this. Quick Yakitori pro tip: you always skewer on the cutting board instead of mid-air. You have so much more control.
Did I do it? Pterodactyl skewer.
Good, good. Where's my?
Now I don't know his name. None of us do. Everyone calls him Yakitori guy, and that's how he likes it. And he's one of the most passionate individuals I've ever met. And his passion is Yakitori. He stood there all day for 2 days, shooting and teaching us all. Yakitori. Oh, that smell. And Dan and I even got to share one of the funniest moments I've ever caught on camera with him.
We're good. We're gonna make some soup with this. One of the most popular, famous, standard yakitori is called a negima. Negima, like negi is a word for onion.
Oh, what'd you say?
No, negi. I'm over here like, what you call me? I was waiting for eyes. I was like, that's going in the video. Who else is doing it? Yo, what's up, man?
Chef Chris Cho, who I was meeting for the first time, caught that moment and then jumped in.
Hey, come on in, come on in, come on in. We got to we're making some negima, okay? No, negi.
Hey, what's up, man? Daniel.
Japanese. Hard E. Hard E. Hard E. So negi is onion.
Okay.
Ma means in between. So we're making these skewers where we're gonna put the onions in between.
Yakitori guy was just being Yakitori guy, teaching us all, allowing us to jump in, practice, creating a little Yakitori vibe in the corner, and I liked that. Then out of nowhere, Cafe Maddie and Cup of TJ came out. They had cooked up something called tteokbokki and then shoved it in my face. And it was so good. It was more like an gnocchi, but for some reason it just reminded me of Orecchiette.
Everyone is involved, dude. This is
professional now.
This is fun.
Professional.
This is fun. The most centered balance, it'll be this one. It's like nice and center.
I now also think I'm a Yakitori chef.
Say negima.
The Yakitori guy and the tteokbokki combination was the 1-2 punch of inspiration that I needed to cook up something fun. Now here's my problem. I know I don't have my gear, but now we're inspired. Seeing my friends working, feeding each other, being the amazing talents that they are. So I say to Daniel, what the f are we doing? You and I create vibes. We gotta create a vibe, but not just any vibe, a Nona vibe. These people already feel like family. Let's show them love the only way I know how. Now the right vibe requires the right dish. After the tteokbokki, it was fresh Orecchiette. It's fun, people can jump in and learn just like we did with Yakitori guy. And since it's August, that means fresh tomatoes are in season. So let's go simple but impressive and use those tomatoes to make a fresh summer sauce. And so the next morning, the work begins. Now Chef Steps is strategically located directly below the famous Pike Place Market, a place where you can get literally anything you want with some of the best quality. So I get to the studio early the next day. I run upstairs to the market. I grab some nice Roma tomatoes, a few pints of cherry tomatoes for some additional sweetness. Then to my surprise, there was an amazing Italian market, De Laurentiis, a block away, so I hit that up to grab a few odds and ends, some specialty items like mozzarella, Calabrian chili oil, balsamic, stuff like that. Then I run back downstairs to set up. And while setting up, Grant was starting something crazy that you're gonna see unfold later. I don't have a jewel.
Well, you're gonna leave with a jewel.
Grant, I didn't leave with a jewel.
What do we got? Tomahawks?
Yeah, from my guy Sacred Farms. We're gonna cook them a jewel.
The best.
Easy peasy. These are black label. They're insane.
You're gonna wanna see what he did with those later. But now I'm settled in and the gang starts rolling in. Now I don't know what happened between arriving to Seattle now, not wanting to work at all. But in this moment, I was as excited to cook as I have ever been in my life. All right, I'm gonna run to Sur La Table. First, I needed a food mill. Now, in a place that has liquid nitrogen, freeze dryers, every piece of gear you could possibly imagine, guess who stumped them with a food mill? So I run up to Sur La Table real quick and grab one. So I got this piece of garbage OXO food mill and we can get started. Look, it's Ellen from Headley and Bennett. First thing we gotta do is wash the tomatoes. Now remember, I don't have my cameras or mics, so I set up phones with wide angles and accepted the idea that the audio might be a bit tough. But right now we're winging things, and I don't wing things, but I must say it felt oddly good to not get caught up in all those things and to just be in this moment. This video is a collection of everyone's footage, and that's part of what makes it fun and special and unique. So what this video lacks in audio quality, it makes up for in other ways. So then I go and wash the tomatoes. But I'm not used to shooting with other people, and today I'm shooting with Dan. So some things I ended up having to do twice.
Here, I'll do it.
If you don't follow Daniel on Instagram, what are you doing? Done washing tomatoes. Now we can cut them, remove the stems and imperfections, and get them into the pot. And without asking, Philip jumps on the camera, always helping out, getting the close-ups when I didn't ask. That's how this video is made, all hands on deck. Ah, and look at this ding-dong that just showed up. Everything was going real smooth. Then out of nowhere, Daniel goes ahead and squirts me in the face with tomato juice. I'm trying not to stain another shirt, but I can't stay mad at this guy. Dan's so fun and lovable, I can't go a few seconds without him cracking me up. Once the tomatoes are cut and washed and put in a pot, we can transfer them over to one of the Breville control freaks, get that simmering, softened, and broken down before pureeing in the food mill.
Different tomatoes in here.
Cherry and Roma.
Oh yeah.
Now I'm obsessed with food mills, but I have a gripe with them. I think they all kind of suck, so I asked Grant, an inventor of things.
How do you feel about a food mill? Oh yeah.
In 2010, this is one of the things that I literally sucks.
I remember we did that dinner. We were doing the Bianca comics. He was hand cranking like 46 cases of the. I come in with the brew mixer and just get each can. I was like, dude, we're making. Do not.
Crazy though. Now Joe told me he had some dough that we could use, that we can make the fresh Orecchiette with, and I figured he could be a part of this special occasion. So right now I'm operating like I don't actually have to make pasta dough. This is called foreshadowing. So I go through and process my tomatoes, and I'm in a silly mood. I'm having the most fun doing what I do, just being around my people. And speaking of people, they start rolling in.
100 times a day.
It's hard to articulate, but it was this fun, crazy, collaborative thing. Everyone here just having the time of their lives.
I'll miss you if you go. Yes, I'm gonna let you know just how much I tell your mama. I tell your papa too. I'm gonna.
Y'all making V8? We are now.
You're clearly making some serious sauce here. What's your sauce deal? What's your sauce theory?
Less is more.
Less is more. I mean, this is like
Ingredient focused.
Yeah.
Olive oil, garlic, basil stems in the beginning.
Yeah. Do you take them out or buzz them in later, or what do you do?
I'll take them out later, before they just get lost in. I'm gonna get a little of the browning around the garlic.
You do a little bit browning.
It has nuance, and it's all about what you want.
What are you doing with this sauce? Like, what are we gonna make with it? Orecchiette or what?
Some Orecchiette.
Orecchiette. Cool.
Sounds good to hear.
Like 15 different kinds of salt right there. What do you want? I'll get it for you.
Just a kosher salt.
Kosher, please.
Oh, there's something.
It smells great. What a wonderful bouquet.
I'm gonna tell you that.
We're kind of getting starving, so at this point we figured make a little Caprese lunch snack.
You'll get weary of my touch.
Not too thick. A pencil. Like that. Okay. And then I'll cut the tomatoes. Alright.
I wanna let you know.
So we got the stems over here. Working on some sauce and
I'm turning my boy Italian over here. Where's salt? What is sangria?
Gray salt. It's just like sea salt.
And then this is.
I don't know, what's this one say? Florida salt. It's a different type of sea salt.
The sea salt budget over there has got to be through the roof.
Salt on the tomato.
Okay.
Salt on the mats.
Basil in between.
Basil in between.
Now, while we're making the caprese, in the background, John Kung and Chris Cho are setting up a shot. And if you don't know Chris Cho, he has an iconic intro to his videos.
Yo, this is how you make garlic fried rice. Woo!
Everyone got to experience it live for the first time.
I love how everybody.
Oh my God. Squat fried rice.
And it was one of those otherwise impossible moments made possible by this weird week. Now they fed us fried rice, so we now have to return the favor.
I'm guessing olive oil around, balsamico.
Balsamic?
All around. Okay.
Like the smallest. Ooh, win. It's aged, intense balsamic, so you don't want to go too crazy.
Then some really nice olive oil.
Oh, someone woke up!
Hello, guys.
And you see my man Noah here coming in with the teamwork. Sees my camera, needs an adjustment, and then he adjusts it to catch me finishing the caprese with a beautiful Calabrian chili oil. Everyone just kind of knows what to do, helps out, it's beautiful.
Who needs some caprese? Who needs caprese?
Now for the uninitiated, the #1 rule of ball busting is that you never bust the balls of someone you don't love. Cue Josh Elkin. Now if there is a family dynamic brewing between all of us, Josh plays the role of the funny drunk uncle always getting in the way.
Get out of the camera. Come on. Are you a creative?
Yeah, what are you doing?
You jump in front of the camera?
No, I did not. First time on camera? First time on camera? Can't cut it out?
And he was likely the first person to cook on YouTube with epic mealtime, so throw some respect on his name.
Why are you eating half pieces?
So everyone can have some.
You gonna train me?
Damn, bro. Why can't you get it in the fork?
Damn, dog.
Why can't you get it in?
Like a little kid right now. There we go.
You're killing me right now.
No, we're good.
You're killing me right
We're good.
now. Get it on the fork.
We're good.
My dude.
Yeah. We need
Come
one
here.
more shot.
Come here, baby. Come here.
We make sure we feed whoever's around and hungry, and the whole vibe of this day is you feed me, I feed you. You need something, I got you. That's what food's all about. And with that out of the way, the focus shifts to the pasta.
Do you want me to hold the camera?
Okay, if you want.
Like Joe said he's gonna come with dough.
Joe
I don't
Dough?
know where the Joe is.
Dude, where are you, Joe, dude?
Make my dough without Joe. Now I thought it would be fun to include Joe, but if he's not around, I gotta take matters into my own hands. So I run back up to the market to grab some semolina flour, and while I do, Dan watches the sauce. And then I'll be right back.
Watch me just burn this.
Back with the flour. Now Adam's free and he's gonna help me scale my recipe. But I'm not only dyslexic, but I'm dumb with numbers, so I keep forgetting what he says.
What are you just doing?
Just semolina water. So 450 times 3.
1362. I found
1,003. I'm dyslexic.
1362, you're gonna do that. I can't read, it's fine.
Get in from like the bottom. Sort of start to incorporate it. I'm looking for like a pancake batter.
You're a pancake batter.
See how it's that pancake batter right there coming in together?
I love the stance. Gotta keep it athletic. The scar face of semolina, dude.
I love the tenacity. What shape do you make with this?
Orecchiette. Everyone's gonna make some. This meal will be touched by every thumb. No eggs.
Straight Southern Italian?
Southern Italian.
Now I'm taking a page straight from the Yakitori guy's playbook. Making some dough, divide it up, get people involved.
Get in.
Here.
So
Just kneading.
push forward,
And roll back.
turn, pull it back, and then push forward again. Turn. And then you can use your force in that shit. I just like to build the gluten, and then later we'll be a little more gentler and shape it. I'm trying to smooth it out and get it into a nice ball. You can also do it like this, like a grandma. This is like my wrists hurt, so like it's so much easier to do it like this, and then you fold in. And then you're compressing layers, folding air into the dough. Whenever you do that and push forward, you're creating a little air pocket. It's beautiful.
Is that how you do it, gluten?
Huh? Remind me what I just said.
wanna try?
How long do you do this one? It's more or less feels good. Keep working it.
Keep working it. Alright. Just wait your water. It's like parched. Are you parched? Is anyone recording this?
Yeah, we're good.
Hey, Josh, what's happening? Good, coach.
Alright, how are we doing?
And if there is some taste of heaven on earth, right now in this moment, I'm feeling it.
I'm nice and smooth. So, like a pizza dough.
How's my first lesson?
Feel this. Feel it.
Like,
No.
almost, but no.
Yeah, you're stealing my
glory.
You're stealing my glory, bro. Baby. Look at this, baby. Pretty lady.
And then we let it rest.
And how long?
Until I can muster the energy to do it.
What's next?
We're gonna make some taco.
So after the dough rests, I roll out ropes, divide the ropes into pieces, and allow the gang to get involved. Yes, including Mr. Kenji Lopez Alt. He's a local, decided to swing by and see what was going on. I'm just going through teaching them how to make the Orecchiette shape. Me, Daniel, Adam, Noah, and Kenji. Maybe the 5 oddest people to ever share a screen in food. Then Kenji asked if I can show him how to do it.
Part of your rope is a little bit thicker, right? Back, and your tendency is to ease up at the end.
Right.
So you always want to push a little bit on, and then have it connected. Delete that video! Delete that video now!
The hysterical thing is Yakitori guy's camera picked it up in the background of his shoot. This was the wild and fun dynamic of this day. So I give it another try.
Bring it over to here. I'm going to put even pressure and pull all the way back, but sort of stop before you roll off, so you can just take it like that and fold it over your thumb. All right, and it's just like that.
Now everyone's in a groove making Orecchiette and it's just fun to watch. All these oddballs together around the table making pasta.
Talk about this pasta.
Food freak in its element right now. Making dreams come true.
Oh yeah, baby.
Now eventually time is a ticking, so I gotta get these Orecchiette banged out. So I sneak in the armpits of these 2 giants standing next to me, start banging out Orecchiette. And at some point, Yakitori guy and Grant pulled us away to taste some yakitori.
What do you guys want to try, a yakitori wing?
Now I didn't get a chance to taste the yakitori we made with him the prior day, so this is my first taste, and wow.
Make it nice for me.
There's wing. I got you, Daniel. I got the best for you. I got the best for you. What do we put on the...
What was on the wing?
That's my favorite.
Yuzu kosho.
Right here, what do you think?
Delicious.
This is the man right here.
Yeah?
That's good.
Yeah.
Both Grant and Yakitori guy made amazing yakitori. And it's exactly that kind of stuff that makes you want to be better.
Wait. Well, you should probably cover that gap and get in the way.
Then the hysterical food with Michael showed up, wanted to do a little photo shoot.
That was literally almost at my goddamn.
Now the pasta's done, we gotta do a little quality control on the sauce.
You were cooking all morning, actually. It's afternoon.
Well, when you mix, you gotta cook all day and afternoon.
And this was Albert, sitting next to me all day dying for a taste.
Steven, are you making a sauce?
I'm making a sauce. I don't buy a sauce, I make a sauce.
From scratch? Because you
Food
can.
mill. You know what a food mill is? How we do, sir?
So good, guys. Oh, it's really, really good.
Oh my god. Nice payback from today.
You for yourself?
Yeah.
Really, really good.
Ooh, I like the bump.
Now we need serveware, but luckily I have the perfect helper standing right in front of me. Now Shereen's a woman who knows her ceramics.
We're gonna do a small bowl for pasta, and then I'm gonna cook the rest family style.
So she took over, came back with options. I chose a plate. I chose the blue platter, and she almost accepted my decision, but then she took another look. She decided I made the wrong decision, and she was right.
You know, I think this will look more rustic, and then you can...
That was just another moment that made this meal feel more like a family event. Now, the one downside to all these creators feeling inspired and making all at the same time was that the gear was starting to become scarce. I've got my Control Freak with the sauce, but I needed another burner to cook the pasta in. And the one that was designated to me, Grant, the mad genius, was about to do some wild stuff with. You remember those tomahawks from earlier? This is called Cryo-Frying, another wild thing I'd never seen before.
We dropped these sous vide earlier today, so they're perfectly cooked, so tender. The only downside to sous vide in my mind is you can't sous vide your way to a crust. That's where the 450-degree oil comes in. But if you're not careful, you overcook them. And that's where the liquid nitrogen comes in. A little ugly. Careful, guys. Careful, kitty cat. Don't worry, turn the fire off, you know? We're cryo-frying a steak. We're working our way to a nice crust. We're not quite there yet. If I keep going, we're gonna overcook this thing. So you get a little dunk here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at that. Oh my God. This thing looks like we got enough meat for everybody.
Now Grant's done, I got my burner ready to go with the water boiling, we can get cooking. Now Noah hits me with some sauce to get warmed on the Control Freak, then I drop some pasta in the water, and I'm making a small bowl to show Daniel the way, then we gotta do another one for his video. Pasta starts to float, then I strain it out gracefully. Add it to the sauce and marry the two. A little Parmigiano Reggiano on top. Then we can plate. A little more cheese.
Damn, it smells amazing, bro.
Some fresh basil that has now died from the sun. Finish with some Calabrian chili oil. Oh, and look who decided to show up right when all the work was done.
Weren't you supposed to be a part of this? Yeah, what?
Weren't you supposed to be a part of it? Now I'm a part of it. I'm here to eat it.
Wait.
Who's eating with a knife? I don't I'm trying to find it. Here we go.
But tomatoes. Parmesan don't taste like Nona shit.
Wow. I'm here for this. Two enthusiastic thumbs up.
Now Daniel's up, we gotta get his shots. I share some cheese with my man Fabio. Fun fact about Fabio, he literally lost his car later that day, and I'm not even joking. I don't even know how such a thing is possible. Now we're making a much bigger batch of pasta, so I'm gonna need a bigger pot.
Can you grab me a bigger version of this? Yeah.
Now Daniel's one of the smoothest motherfuckers alive, and so are his videos. Now after I drain the pasta for him and add it to the pan, he goes and does about the smoothest walk and toss with pasta I've ever seen.
Oh, what was that little chef flip you got? Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Come on now. Look at this guy. Come on. Did you watch YouTube? Come on. Yeah, I've already squared people today already.
Now, I also like to think I'm pretty smooth, but apparently not always.
All right, let me get that ready real quick.
You're supposed to keep a censored eating.
Dude, you have Joe Sasso watching you? Like, come on now. You can't be f***ing up like that.
It was the pan. I had never used it.
Yeah, you know what we say when we do that?
What?
Nailed it.
Okay.
That's beautiful. Oh, hold on, Dan.
Go to town.
Go to town?
Give me it. Come on. More.
And just like your Nona would ring the dinner bell, I yell,
"Who wants pasta?" Yeah. Who wants pasta?
Get in there and taste it.
Now I've fed groups of friends, loved ones, people I care about before, but never so many in one place at one time.
Oh, that looks beautiful.
And I don't know what it is about the act of feeding somebody, but the joy I get from it is intense. Life and cooking are the same in the sense that you've got to feel it. You've got to be present in order to be good at it.
Yeah.
I always am trying to teach you guys how to cook with feel and love, something I think is a tangible thing to teach. But sometimes a recipe can't convey it. Sometimes you gotta see it to understand it. And I'm used to being alone. I'm comfortable alone. Sometimes I need to be alone. And that's okay. But I'm kind of realizing there are two sides of me. The side that you see on a weekly basis, focused and working alone. But when I gather around other people, a very different person emerges. One that suddenly doesn't want to be alone as often. How'd I do?
Yummy.
And one that believes that almost everything in life is better when shared together. That's all I get?
Oh, that's all I say.
What the?
You worked on that all day, goddamn. That's all I say though in my videos. Yeah.
And we all fall into that hustle, hustle, work, work mindset. But it's all becoming a little bit boring and it's making me one-dimensional. The longer I'm in this game, the more I realize I can't just be in this studio or behind my computer editing and working until the day I die, expecting to become the man that I want to be. You gotta go out and live a rich life, full of strong relationships, deep conversations, sharing experiences and laughter with others. And the more you seek to enrich your life in that way, the better you can be at your job.
Why did it take you so long? Second off. Is this Chef Boy ID? Yeah.
And we can't forget Albert, sitting there laughing at my dumb jokes all day. He got his taste and we also made sure he went home with plenty of pasta. I thought I needed a week on the beach, but I never would have imagined all I needed was a week cooking, making pasta with my friends. And while I'll always share my recipes with you guys, I need a little bit more heart and soul out of my YouTube experience. And that's something I'm interested in exploring further. And to Daniel, my guy, we make a great team and I can't wait to cook with you again.
I'm cooking, my man.
Love you all who were there. Everyone will be linked down in the description. Go follow all of these amazing people. Take care of yourself and go feed yourself.